how does CBT differ from other therapeutic approaches?
Well, there's a caricature of CBT where it's very change driven. It's very much that this is about doing and change and almost business like here's the problem, this is what we're going to do about it.
Yeah.
And there are some elements of truth to that. There are specific techniques that we use in CBT. There is assignments to do in between session that build from the therapeutic therapeutic session that you had with somebody. It's collaborative. It's about working almost with a coach, if you like, in a CBT setting.
One-to-one, typically?
One-to-one, typically, yeah. And I mean, it can be applied in group settings, and kind of alluded to earlier, can be done as self-help, but in a one-to-one setting, it's like I say, a lot more, probably a lot more structured than other approaches to therapy.
Because there are a lot of self-help options, apps or things that people can download, or things that people might have pre-recorded, or audio stuff that they've got that will help them. When, in your mind, do people trip from self-help to needing formal support?
Yeah, I think it's a really good question. I think it really is. I think the physical health analogy can help a little bit of, you can have all the gym equipment, but sometimes you need a coach to guide you in terms of what you need to use. And if you're there going, I'm reading all these self-help manuals, I've got these dumbbells, but I don't really know how to swing them. I don't really know how to use this. And sometimes that's emotional. Sometimes if you burn out, you get that sort of brain fog and you just can't make sense of things. I think the other bit that's quite difficult to do on your own, and it's helpful to see a therapist around, is the making sense of it.
Yeah.
I think you can apply these techniques and strategies in isolation. I think they can work really, really well. But if you're seeing a therapist, what you do often before that point is just make sense of, okay, so what's keeping this going? How have we got to this point? And I would say if you're struggling with engaging with those strategies, that bit can be really, really helpful to understand why you're finding even the strategies difficult to engage with.
And is that really an individual setting the wrong narrative or the wrong response to something? They've taken themselves so far in trying to rationalize some thinking, but actually the way that you're rationalizing it now needs someone else to coach you beyond where you've got to.
Yeah, and I think that holding a mirror up to it is helpful at times. And I think some of those narratives become almost truth. They almost become, that's who I am, that's truth, and you don't see it as distorted, for want of a better word. It's reality. It doesn't matter how well you're doing at work. It doesn't matter how much you're getting pat on the back. Your mind has got to that place where it doesn't allow the information in. Do you know what I mean? And it's such a, our minds are really, really powerful, and allowing information in that fits with how we feel. It's had lots of difficulties in the world, probably are where we're at the moment. But if you have this self view that you're failing, your mind tends to let things in that prove that, and won't let things in that doesn't.
Yeah.
And I think that's when an external person who can just be curious, Socratic, guided around. Okay, so what about this? Does that marry up with what you're thinking?
Maybe someone challenging your algorithm, because it's a bit like if you like and click certain things on a social media platform, you'll start being fed stuff like that.
100%.
And there's nothing challenging that view. So it starts to become the truth.
That's brilliant.
But it might not be.